The Dragonzord is now headed towards Angel Grove, heading directly towards the command center, going through town. Wolfbane has been grown to giant size by Rita. You noticed that a weird, like small little, um, bug-like things fell off of Wolfbane while he was grown and coalesced into a sphere and dropped into the water. He is currently idle and rebooting, which he has one turn for you guys to do things before he uh, awakens, ready to do what giant monsters do. Meanwhile, the Dragonzord is heading towards town, following the path in the diagram that is in your journal, labeled Dragonzord path. So I had started a combat round, or where everybody was set up, and then lost it when I switched to the map, to the current map. So I'm gonna input it in now just to get you guys in the order that everybody was in. So give me 1 second. Put the Rooster Zord. So Ricky, you are actually in your Zord, so you don't have to worry about you for that. All right. All right. Wolfbane. Actually, we're gonna put 6 guys. Jesus, I'm so used to Jonas being green. I'm looking for a Green Ranger, and all I see is Dragonzord, and I'm like,
You have to get used to that all over again.
Jonas is white now.
At least John is close.
It's true.
All right, Jack is. Ricky
Jonas
and
got
Rooster.
whitewashed.
Wolfbane 2 and Eldrago 1. All right. Don't need that now. So here's how we're going to do this. I will let you know. I'm going to let you know ahead of time. I know last time it was kind of up in the air how everything was going to happen. So if you look at the journal entry with the Dragonzord path, you guys are currently in that little shaded area showing shallow water between Shukheim Island and Angel Gate. You're on like the northern edge of that shallow water area. So you're able to stand in the water. It's anywhere from waist to chest deep the further you go out. So it's like, obviously the closer you get to the shore, the less you'll be submerged, but Wolfbane is in the, like, right off the northern edge of that shallow area. Just like standing there, fully grown now. Between wherever you guys are and him is where that ball of small things went. And the Dragonzord is before Angel Gate Bridge in that deeper area, walking through. So timeline wise, you will be able to do a few things before the Dragonzord even gets to that first X. So you don't have to focus on him. He's not endangering anybody. For the purposes of narration, Angel Gate Bridge has a Dragonzord protocol. They haven't had to use it in years, but the traffic on the bridge has stopped, and it has opened up as if to let through a huge ship. So they've enacted their Dragonzord protocol. So as long as he walks through it easily, there will be no threat to human life in that area. When he gets to the first X, that's when there's going to be an issue. So I'm going to say, let me do. Let me see, do I have? Oh, we're gonna do. Okay. There will be about 4 turns of activity or combat before he reaches the first X. And anything you do to try and deter him before then will seemingly have no effect.
Okay.
So, and part of your ranger training is to prioritize events. Basically do triage. So, even though Wolfbane is shut down for the moment, he is still more of a threat than the Dragonzord is currently. So, with all that, do you guys remember the dice? How many turns it's going to take for your Zord to arrive?
Yes. I rolled a 3.
Jonas. All right, Jonas. Do you remember how many turns it's going to take for your Zord to arrive?
Nope. Apparently that day I wrote myself a note and on my PDF and it didn't save.
Jonas,
Okay.
you had 4.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mysterious voice in the sky.
And
The perks of recording.
I had 5 for the Q-Rex. So with that, there is 1 turn until Wolfbane is active again. And okay. So we're gonna get some music going. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And we will begin the combat. So, waiting for the Zords. Jonas, what do you do?
Complicated. Because what can little old me do against these giant things? This is one of the and this isn't a complaint against anybody. I just one of the flaws in the system that bug me is like I gotta wait X turns for my thing to be able to do anything against giant things.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure my sword ain't gonna do shit.
Right, but remember the White Ranger still has a Blade Blaster. And you get an upshift due to the size difference. But there is also that thing that
Bug
fell.
ball.
I'm gonna go look at the bug ball.
Okay. Give me an alertness skill check.
16.
Okay. You were able to find it easily enough. It is about the size of your fist, and you can see that there are segments of just some kind of little robotic bug. They're linking together to create this sphere. It's currently sitting in the water. You want to do anything with it, or?
So it's just like a baseball-sized
Yeah.
metal sphere.
Yeah. Made up of segmented little robotic insect-looking things.
That would be a good time to have a Blue Ranger. Science. I'm going to science.
You're gonna science it? Actually, all right. What are you going to science about it? Just trying to figure out what it is?
Yeah, basically.
All right. It's more of a technology type role for this one.
Okay.
All right. So give me a technology roll. Are you picking it up out of the water first? Or are you going to look at it when it's submerged?
I'm going to pick it up and get a better look at it.
All right. You pick it up. You start eyeing it, trying to see if there's anything you know that would give you a hint as to what this actually is. So give me a technology roll.
18.
18. Okay. So as you look at it and you see these segmented little bugs kind of move slightly, but it appears to be that they're getting into some form of stasis. The closest thing you can think of that would explain what they are is something that on Earth is still relatively theoretical, and that's nanotechnology. But the fact that you can see them means it's not quite to the it's not to the microscopic level, but it is similar in what you've seen in science fiction and seen in scientific journal reports and things like that you've happened to either look at because of school related work or just a passing fancy.
Well, that's.
But it definitely does not look man-made. It looks extraterrestrial.
Okay. That would be a good time to have a sample container or something.
I mean, you can just teleport it to the command center if you want. Or you could use a story point to summon a sample container.
I'm going to use this if nobody minds.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
I'm going to, have whatever amounts to Eltarin storage containers.
Big ass mason jar.
You reach behind you, and through the morphing grid, you manage to pull out from a grid pocket a small device. And when you press the button, it expands into a large, translucent container. The lid pops open. You can easily just put this ball right inside and seal it. And as you do so, you see a light pop on to show that it is locked, and there's a small protective field around it. And you can put in your inventory, if you would like, sample container with nanite ball. This way you remember that you have it.
I would know. There we go.
The light is green. The trap is clean.
Yeah, basically. Although this time it's full.
Good point. Million in the box, ready to go. We be fast and they be slow.
All right, doing anything else?
No,
Okay,
there's not much else I could do at the moment.
fair. John.
Okay. Golly. I guess I'm gonna mean mug. I'm gonna look at Wolfsbane to see if I can notice. I'm assuming the Rangers don't really know how long they have until Wolfsbane reboots, so I guess I'm gonna look at Wolfsbane and try to take a guess at it.
Okay. Give me an alertness skill check.
I can do that. That is something I am capable of. Oh, hey, I get to try out the new dice. Come on, fail me now. That is a little rough. That's an 8.
Okay. You're looking at this giant, seemingly half organic, half machine monster standing before you. Apparently non-functioning. But the angle you're at is proving to be very difficult to get any sign of what exactly is happening.
God.
So you don't know if he's rebooting, if Rita just wasted a spell, or a spell slot, or if he's just playing possum, or even if he's waiting for some sort of instruction. You really can't tell.
It's like it's like trying to read IKEA furniture instructions while sitting in the front row of an IMAX screen. I don't know what's going on. I'll probably get a little further out of the water, closer to the shoreline, in preparation for Mazord.
Okay.
And then that will probably be my turn.
Okay. All right. Jack is looking around and he's going to pull out his, bring his arm up, press a few buttons on his quantum morpher, and if anybody's looking at him, there's a little holographic display that pops up, and it sort of zooms in on, or looks like it's scanning over Wolfbane. So he is going to try and find out what's going on by doing his own alertness skill check. Oh, I need a D4. Yep. The holographic display comes back with a big red X on it, and a banner across it that says "Scan inconclusive." I also rolled an 8.
Nice.
So you watch as he smacks the morpher a little bit, trying to see if he can get it functioning again.
Have you tried putting it in a bowl of rice?
Fair. We are in the water right now.
That would be so upsetting.
My morpher. The reason why my Quantosaurus Zord will not be here in time is because my morpher is waterlogged.
Guys, you don't understand. I had it in my pocket when I went to the pool.
Ricky, you're up. What are you and the Roosters
Out
do?
of our bonds.
So I guess Ricky's gonna go with communication, then just ask the rest of it. So that thing is not moving. and I'm not really sure what to do with the Dragonzord, because we're not really gonna destroy it anyway. So yeah, I'm lost a little bit here, guys.
Dragonzord's not the threat right now, Ricky Tiki Toddy.
But he's going to destroy things.
Nah, big monster's gonna destroy things. Dragonzord's gonna stay in the water.
Wasn't he going to advance in a little bit?
In 4 turns.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take him 4 turns to get to the first X. So each turn, he's getting a little bit closer.
And we're still on turn 1, so.
Yeah.
All right.
So you got until turn 4 to for other people to have their Zords. God.
All
We're gonna
right,
be cutting it close.
Yeah. Well,
So
everybody
Ricky's-
but Jack will have their Zord by the time turn 4 comes. Or
So
should be
Ricky's-
getting their Zord that turn.
So he's going to kind of start charging the blaster on the Rooster Zord as it opens its wings and the beak kind of starts charging energy. So should I attack the monster that is doing nothing right now?
I mean, it is a monster.
Fair point.
Yeah, you hear Jack speak up and be like, he may not be doing anything now, but he probably will be.
Moment of opportunity, Ricky. Hit it! Hit it!
So while I don't condone attacking a defenseless creature, this
You
is a
don't?
big monster. And
It ain't gonna be defenseless for long.
yeah,
Does this thing look like more monster or more robot to you guys?
Doesn't matter, shoot it.
it's a monster either way.
Well, yes, but I was thinking electricity or energy damage, but I guess I'm just gonna shoot electric arcs.
Yeah. I mean, hit it, see what happens.
Well, I still have to hit it first to see what happens.
I believe in you, Ricky.
Let's see. All right, you using a ranged attack?
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to actually,
Oh, fuck.
it's straight toughness no matter what because he can't choose to do any defenses. So what'd you roll? A 14, 16?
Mm-hmm.
You shot the water next to him. Your shots miss wide and just impact with the water beneath him.
A few fishes start to float as they get cooked by the electricity.
Yeah, the water starts to boil a little bit and you just see some salmon just go bloop, bloop, bloop. Just the bodies coming up to the surface.
I should believe a little harder next time.
Yeah, you should. He's gonna float a little bit backwards.
Alright.
And that's it.
Okay. So, now it's Wolfbane's turn. He is still offline. But you see, Ricky, you especially see, because you're up there, his eyes, instead of being shut completely, it looks like there's a little bit of movement and a little glow coming from behind what is his lids.
Yeah.
And anybody on the ground will notice that there's a little twitch in his hands, almost like the muscles are restarting and they're almost getting a signal.
Oh, damn.
And the Dragonzord crosses between the upright bridge now and heads on past through. Now we have round 2. Whose Zord is going to be first coming in?
I think it's mine.
You had
3.
3 turns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me, while you guys go ahead, I'm going to double check. But I'm nearly positive it was going to be 3 for me and 4 for Jonas, but I'm going to double check while you guys continue the round.
Jonas, don't you have the health?
Yeah. Sword
summon.
control.
So 4 isn't the half, was it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you just told us to roll. And those were our
Okay.
rolls.
Okay. So if 4 was the roll, then Jonas, your summon is what, half of it? Because you do it in half the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Then your Zord would be here. It's either this turn or next turn. I think it's. Is it 2 full turns or? Let's see. Zords. I have to call. You know what? It doesn't say specifically, it just says 3D2 game rounds. So I'm going to say your Zord shows up. So on this turn, your Zord, at the beginning of this turn now, your Zord is here. And you
Yay.
watch as the white bear Zord comes barreling towards you, splashing water as it is coming through the surf.
We need to recolor the token.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Do that later.
all right. So now your action this. I think it's. Okay. It will take your movement to get into the Zord, and then you can use the Zord's abilities immediately.
Okay. Going in.
Awesome. You enter in through the foot, take an elevator up through the system of your bear Zord, and land and end up in the cockpit. Seated, controls at the ready. What do you do?
Okay, so the Dragonzord is still doing his thing, right?
Yeah, he's still hoofing it.
Is
He
at
has
the first
not.
X? He has not reached the first X.
No, he is just past the bridge.
Okay. Here. Okay. Sorry, just mapping.
Yep.
And Wolfborg man over here hasn't done anything, right?
No, not yet. You've only seen signs that he might be starting up again.
Okay. And see, this is one where, like, there are two thoughts I have in my head.
Yeah.
One is to go follow the Dragonzord, right?
Mm-hmm.
And try and begin the process of herding it, because we want. Okay, where are we trying to herd it to?
First
You're
X.
trying to make sure it gets safe. You want it to get safely to the command center, which is the last, or past the last X.
Okay.
And the last X is. Hang on. It's the San Angeles Granite Company. Because that's roughly the area just further on into the San Angeles mountain range is where the command center is.
Okay. So my thoughts are trying to herd it I don't really want it to go into the city. It's in the city, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like it wandering through onto land would cause more destruction.
You want to keep it into the San Kaliki Channel and go
I
up
want
the
to kind of
range
keep
that
it
way.
in the channel, up, trying to get it up through into the San. I wish I could draw the line I'm thinking of. All the way up into the little delta-looking section.
Yeah, I know what you
End
mean.
of
Like
the channel.
staying
And
out of the developed areas, staying in the water, and going up straight into the mountain range.
okay. Now, it's kind of a little pain in the butt to read this map. Is the Kotaro Hills a developed area for the most part, or is this more wildland?
It is. Let's see. There is another map that might actually be a little bit better. The Angel Grove map. Okay.
That would help.
Yeah, the Angel Grove map shows the kind of things that are there. It is mostly hills and nature areas.
Okay.
Arctech Valley. There's the community park. The Fielding Community Park, which you've had battles there. But mostly it's areas that have been known for mining and nature studies and things like that. So it's not like there's any homes or anything like that there.
Okay. At the very least, I want to head it off into the Kotaro Hills, if not that little delta-looking thing at the end of the channel.
Okay.
On the other hand, I feel like I have my Zord. I can try to fight this dude. It's like neither is a horrible option,
Mm.
and there isn't a overly compelling reason not to do either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any input from the team?
So we have 2 more turns before we have to interact with that Zord.
Hello?
As players, you know that.
No.
Yes. As players, we know that. We have 2 more turns.
Fade.
Yes.
Fade!
What's up?
Hi.
You're here?
Yeah. Sorry I came in so late. I was actually being like some buddies at my school were actually having to film something for film class for like our second to last project. I'm just
Okay.
now getting back home and just found out the game's still here.
All right.
So
All right. Let me give you a quick recap while we get your character sorted. I'll add you onto the thingamajigger. We are. I'll keep you after the Dragonzord. So this adventure started, with the team getting a few days to actually have some normal lifetime.
uh-huh.
Then you guys got called to the beach to fight off some putties. Witnessed a crash landing of, or what appeared to be a crash landing of some alien crafts. Turns out they were, it was one craft landed over by Shukheim Island, which if you look in the journal, there's a Angel Grove map. You can see what I'm talking about. It's down the bottom of the map.
Okay.
Crashed there, went underwater. Well, didn't crash, but landed and went underwater. You all followed in the Rooster Zord. You went under the water, swimming, leaving the Zord up on top. Found an underwater cavern. Discovered 2 Beetleborg-looking guys discussing finding something, arguing that they had come back too far, before they darted off into one of the tunnels. There was their craft there, which came to life and attacked you, or attacked the group. was defeated. You guys all went into the tunnel, finding the Beetleborg guys. Found one of them resurrecting or like reviving the Wolfbane monster, who was then given a dagger, and he took off into the tunnels further. You fought the Beetleborg guy. He escaped. And then you started following a familiar tune into the tunnels, trying to track down the Wolfbane monster. When you finally found him, it was after he had managed to play the tune correctly. The cavern started to rumble. And you realized that what he was doing was summoning the Dragonzord.
Okay.
During this time, in the beginning of it, you were also introduced to a new ally, Jack, who was a little shady to begin with, secretive. During the escape from the tunnels, you all learned that he was a Power Ranger, specifically a Quantum Ranger. You all made it out of the collapsing tunnels to the surface, where you went to the shallow area of the water alongside Angel Gate. Attacked Wolfbane, who was sitting on the Dragonzord. He fell off and also lost the dragon dagger that was in his hand, which, upon landing on a rocky outcropping, exploded. The Dragonzord is now heading towards Angel Grove through that channel, which there's another map for Dragonzord path that shows you the path he is currently heading.
Mm-hmm.
He has just passed Angel Gate Bridge. Right now, Ricky and Jonas are the only ones with their Zords out. Rita has come in and forced Wolfbane to grow. He is currently rebooting, and will be fully operational on this turn when it's his turn. So I need you to first summon your Zord. So I need you to roll 3d2 or 3d2 and tell me what the number is.
Okay.
By the way, Sean, I double checked it and I had it in reverse. Jonas got his in 3, I got mine in 4.
Okay.
I just wanted to make that correction.
All right. Well, he's got it now, so
Right, but
we're good.
I get it at 4 instead of 3.
All right.
Yeah.
I still get mine on 5, so.
Rip!
So how do you want me to do the 3d2, or do you just want me to, or is it fun if I do it on my dice roller?
You can do it on your dice roll if you want. You can roll any dice to do it. Even counts as 2, odd counts as 1.
Okay.
So you can just do it like that if you want. So if you roll 3d6, you can add it up that way.
Okay. All ones.
Okay, so you get your turn, or you get your Zord next turn.
Okay.
So, all right. So I've got you at the bottom of the order. So that's perfect because then you can get a feel for what's going on in the situation.
Okay.
All right, Jonas.
Hello. We had left off with trying to figure out what was the better of the two options.
Right.
Should I try and fight the monster, or should I go try and heard the Dragonzord.
With Fade here now, it's kind of 6-1, half a dozen the other. So whatever you feel like you need to do the most, I think we're going to be fine either way with 4 of us. 5 of us. I keep forgetting Jack.
Jack's here.
Jack's here.
Jack's your support guy.
I'm gonna try and guide, because you can't really hurt a dragon. I feel like if someone tried to hurt a dragon, even a nice dragon, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try and follow along with the Dragonzord and try and guide it up the channel instead of into the city.
Okay. First, what is your ranger form movement, and what is your Zord's movement?
Movement. Movement is 40 for the Zord, and movement for me is 30.
Okay. You will be able to move the Zord an equivalent of like 10 feet. Like, you'll be able to start moving in the direction of the Dragonzord, but you won't be able to interact with him yet.
Okay.
Because you won't have your full movement.
Okay.
So if you want to just start on that plan, that's good.
I'm gonna start on that plan.
Awesome. All right. John.
Okay. Well, I don't get my Zord for another 2 turns, so...
No, you'll get it on the 3rd turn.
3rd turn, okay.
Yeah, because I had the Bear Zord show up on this turn.
Okay. I guess my only real option to do anything at this point is to take out my halberd and try blasting Wolfsbane.
Okay. Let us look at the size comparison chart on the journal. Need to know. Size chart. Okay, you are common size. Wolfsbane, dumbass, is... Oh, sorry. That's normal. You don't want normal. We want gigantic.
He's a big bitch!
Alright, so going down common to gigantic, you get an upshift of 2 to your ranged attack.
Damn. Okay, let's see here. Yeehaw. Yeehaw, Chuckle Fucks! Oh, you have got to be fucking with me. Oh. 24.
24.
Yeah, with no crits, just 24.
Okay. What's your damage?
It's just 1 energy.
Okay. You see some minor sparking coming off of the foot ankle area that you hit him.
Yeah. It's like fighting him with pillows at this point. That'll be my turn.
Okay.
Question, doesn't energy damage have a specific thing for like giant monsters or something?
I don't think so. I know that there's an upshift for ranged, like for like the ranged attacks. Yeah, I don't think so.
Alright.
I do remember some people talking about how they wanted to make things more realistic and actually reduce any damage from attacks done from smaller creatures to giant, just to show that there's a greater resistance. But I'm not that big of an asshole.
It would be funny though.
My whole thing is that melee attacks will be the giant monster is immune to, like, pretty much immune to melee attacks from normal sized human people. Because they're just not strong enough to penetrate the armor.
Right.
But ranged energy or elemental attacks will be able to get through. But depending on what it is, it may just be reduced, but it'll definitely, if they hit, it'll be a minimum of 1 damage. Unless there's an ability that the monster has that can, like the what's his name, the Terror Toad.
Oh yeah.
As long as that horn is attached, he is immune to energy damage. Doesn't matter how hard you hit him, it just bounces off. So something like that would take care of it. But alright. So John, you attacked. You did a thing.
I did a thing! I even made a comment about how, like, I don't know how much good it was, and then I passed my turn.
Alright. So now it's Jack's turn. You just see him, like, shrug his shoulders, and he pulls out his Quantum Defender. And he aims and takes a shot. His first time firing this weapon. Big money, no whammy, no whammy. I gotta find dice first. So he's gonna get the upshift of 2. So that is... What do I have targeting as? Oh, okay. So D8. And he still misses. You guys look and you see that this new ranger who's supposedly, like, good has not been good. The best thing he did was crowd control when you guys were fighting the putties at the beach.
He did a great job of it too.
Oh, I could have persuaded them, like, to do whatever the hell I wanted. My persuasion rolls were critting. I can't hit the broadside of a giant wolfbane.
You know what? Go fight those putties for the Rangers.
Alright,
by the way, I
Rooster
found what I
time.
was looking for.
Okay, what was it?
Elements, energy, powered ground from the Morphin Grid delivers energy damage that affects threats infused with magic more easily. Energy weapons gain a upshift of 1 on attacks against all threats on their grown form.
Is that an ability?
No, that's just a characteristic of energy damage.
What page is it on? I'm assuming core rulebook.
Yep, 107 in the equipment part of it. It talks about damage types and weapon things, and then elements, and then what each element kind of has as a special thing.
Okay. Alright. So, from now on, anybody shooting energy at the giant monster in the ranger form will get the upshift from the size difference and an upshift of 1 from using energy attacks. So that would be an upshift of 3 for Wolfbane.
Nice.
Now, Roosterzord, give your normal attack.
Alright.
No upshift for you.
You said that, but I can still argue because there's the definition of electric damage right next to it. I'm not gonna argue this for the Zord specifically, but high voltage energy that homes on targets. Electric weapons gain upshift of 1 on attacks. Now my Zord is not a weapon, so I'm not gonna argue that it has one. But I could.
Yeah. I mean, that's really GM discretion, but I think it's more for handheld weapons.
Yes, indeed. Here I go. That the Dragonzord is still on his way. We still have some time. Let's attempt once again to kill this thing. maybe a concentrated energy blast is better than the electric one, and just send some grid energy feathers at him.
Wait a minute. What grid energy feathers? You should
No,
only
it's just-
have.
No, I have electric and energy damage as options. I have 2 damage types, I believe.
Your ranged attack should only have 1 damage type.
Is that's okay. Never
'Cause
ignore me then.
you should only have 2 attacks.
Ignore me then. I was looking. I since I used the digital one for help rolling dice, I was looking at it instead of the paper one. And you're correct. The paper one just says 3 energy damage.
Yeah. Because everything
Alright.
you've got that upgrades the weapon can only upgrade 1 unless it specifically gives you another attack type.
All right. So here I go, just shooting an energy blast at the thing to see if I hit this time.
Okay. That
Probably
misses.
no.
Yeah, that misses.
The rooster's gonna float a bit more away.
All right. Now it's Wolfbane's turn. And you watch as he comes online. His body just starts like jerking and moving. And you hear a thunderous voice speak out in a very computerized tone. Reboot complete. Targets acquired. And then he turns his attention towards the Bearzord as it's walking right by him to get to the Dragonzord. And he is going to take a swing with his claw attack. Oh shit. Okay. D6 specialized. 6, 4. So, Bearzord, defending with toughness or evasion? Jonas,
Hello.
defending with toughness or evasion? Wolfbane is attacking you.
That dude. Is it my stats or the Zord stats?
Zord.
Okay. Give me a momento to figure out toughness.
Okay.
How does that work?
Does a 16 hit your Zord?
1 minute. I'm having a moment.
Okay.
I say that because this says. What does that say? I'm noticing that and I'm not sure why, but on the PDF character sheet, it says my toughness is 7, but on the one for Foundry, it says 19. And I think
Okay.
my strength. Something got weird when things got moved over.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta see which.
Sorry to be a pain in the butt, but I'm happy.
Oh, don't worry. This is part of the process. Because you guys haven't used your Zords much, and you and Donovan and John haven't used your quote-unquote new Zords at all.
Yeah.
I mean, despite the fact that they're pretty much the same. I gotta find out where I put those character sheets. Yet. Zord. No, that's not it. Come on. Details. I've got them somewhere. Really? Gotta be be shitting me. Why do I not? Are they on my laptop? God damn, I am so unorganized. Okay, actual. All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, the toughness is supposed to be. Yeah, those are reversed. Your strength is 7. Your toughness is 19 because the hardened chassis and the armor of the Zord gives you each a +1. So just swap those out.
Okay, so thank you. I saw that and I'm like, wait a minute.
All right, I gotta see if the others are the same issue. No, Ricky's fine. John's fine. Donovan, I don't have your new character sheet.
I thought I sent it to you. Were we supposed to send it to you?
Yeah, the one with your Silver Ranger stats.
Okay, hold on.
Because I think you were still deciding what you wanted to do with the Zord. If you wanted to keep it the same or just swap out the feature.
I can't remember if I actually kept the Zord and everything, but I actually don't remember. Either I kept the Zord and I changed the feature, or I just kept the Zord as is and waited to change. I think I wanted to keep the Zord and waited to change the thing later. I think. I gotta find that.
I remember. There was something you were going to add. You were going to add it on at another time when you got the Zord upgrade. And I think it was the upgrade Zord.
It was something. I would have to look back on it again.
Yeah. So just if your PDF character sheet is good, because I think it was, just send it to me through the Discord.
Yeah, I know I updated this thing somewhere, but I can only it's only the one that's like before I changed everything for some reason.
Mm. All right, you look with that, and if you need to update it, go ahead and do like a quick update for, well, your Zord will pretty much be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So when your Zord shows up, just switch over to that.
Okay.
But while everything else is going on, see if you can update the Ranger form.
Okay.
One of these days, we'll have a flawless session. Between me being disorganized as shit. This wouldn't happen if we were playing in person. Just saying.
This would still happen if we were playing in person. Or maybe it would be different disorganization.
It would be different. There would be different issues.
Yeah, like I forgot to bring my dice.
I'd be able to... there's plenty of dice rollers, but I would physically be able to go over and work with the character sheets.
Yeah.
But I can't see your screens. Alright, so what are we doing? Oh, Wolfbane did his attack, so he's done. Dragonzord is going to move a little closer up the channel. And now, Fade, you are waiting on your Zord. If you want, you can look up the stats, or you can take a shot with I believe you did go with the Super Silverizer weapon.
Yes.
Okay, so I can look up those stats if you don't have them written down somewhere, and I can do that, and then this way you can just roll an attack if you want, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, because for some reason I have, like, I know I have it somewhere,
Yeah.
like, actually updated, but I can't find it
All right.
anywhere on
Nope.
my computer.
No worries. We will figure that out. Let me get the Super Silverizer equipment. Super Silverizer. Why are you not? There you are. There you are, you slippery sumbitch. All right. So it's a targeting roll.
Okay.
So you'll get an upshift of 3
Dang.
because of size difference and the fact that it does energy damage.
Okay. So targeting. Damn. Is it the same? Did the targeting change? Because on my sheet, at least on the roll, on the Foundry sheet, it says D2.
Okay. Yeah. I believe when everybody leveled up, they decided to use the skill point for something else.
An extra perk.
Yeah, for an extra perk. I think that's
Okay.
what everybody did. So none of your skills would have changed.
Alright, so it's just a D2. So that means I roll on my thing, just roll a D20 and a D2.
No, it's gonna be an upshift of 3, so it'll be 4, D8. So D20 and
Okay.
D8.
Does a 16 and a 4 hit?
So dirty 20 basically.
Yes.
Yes, it actually does. Was it
There was no crits.
okay? No crit. All right, yeah, because you had the D8. So all right. Okay, you watch as you pull out the Super Silverizer, switch it from blade mode to blaster mode, aim, and you kind of hold your breath a little bit because this is the first time you're firing this weapon. You pull the trigger, and a silver energy blast shoots out, impacts with the Wolfbane's leg, and sparks fly off.
Yay.
Yeah.
And doing anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Jonas,
So,
you were just swung at by Wolfsbane. Would you care to respond to him?
Perhaps a thumb war?
close is he to me?
What's that?
How close is he to me?
He's within melee range.
Okay, melee attack.
Alright. He will be defending with his toughness skill, or his toughness defense.
This is with my skill or Zord's skill,
Zord skill.
and that would be might. D8. That's gonna be spicy. One minute, so I figure out which dice am I getting. 25.
Okay. As the claws of your bearzaw,
I messed up on that. My apologies. It's
huh?
Still, it's still 25. I just realized that I screwed up when I rolled.
Oh, okay.
I forgot
Um.
my Zord control gives me an upshift of 1.
Oh. All right. So as your bear claw comes swinging down, was the skill die a crit?
Nope.
And what's your damage?
2 blunt.
All right. You smack into Wolfsbane and watch as sparks fly, much more prominently than the little pops coming off at his ankles from those on the ground.
Cool.
All right. John,
Yeah, boy.
your Zord comes tunneling, much like the Bear Zord did, just barreling forward, water splashing everywhere as a giant golden ram comes seemingly out of nowhere and approaches. What do you do?
I'm gonna get in it.
All right. Use your movement to get into the Zord. What's your Zord's movement?
The Zord's movement is 50.
Okay, and what's your movement?
30, I believe.
Okay. So much like Jonas when he first got into his Zord, you'll be able to move 10 feet.
Nice.
Before, excuse me, you run out of movement. But you can attack if you want to.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try.
Alright.
Since I have distance, I'm assuming I'm gonna have distance on him. That I can't close in 10 feet.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you're close, but you're not close enough for a good melee hit.
That's fine. I'll use the ram bleat, see if I can hit it with the ranged.
Alright.
Okay, I actually found the freaking PDF.
Okay.
Just need to find a way to send it.
You should be able to just drag and drop into Discord. So in the private chat that we have, just drag and drop it into the message button. There you go.
Alright.
This way I can just move it back and forth from my laptop and my desktop and be even more unorganized.
Hell yeah!
Friday. All right. New folder. Character. I'm gonna rename this to useful character sheets
Nice.
because I have other characters in there. All right. And now I'm gonna. Oh, no, I don't want to load up that way. I hate the browser version. Now where did I put? God damn the characters. See, this is how my hierarchy of folders works. By the way, let me remind you, computer science guy. In my Power Rangers folder for the game, I have a neatly organized section for adventures and books. I also have about 15 different folders for different games and different character versions. I have a Tokyuger adaptation. I have the Stratozords. I have Strato Rangers. I have a Ranger Academy campaign. Yada, yada, yada. I have a Friday game folder. Your character sheets are in a separate folder called Characters.
Oh
But they
no.
are also in a Friday game subfolder, Characters.
Fucking rip.
This is how my mind works. All right, useful character sheets. Opening up Donovan. Now I got something to look at.
I don't have files. I have piles.
My folders have folders and files upon files.
It's just bathtub full of mail.
Yeah. All right. Now we are all on a good page. Now we are cooking with gas.
Hell yeah.
John.
I rolled 23, no crits, to do three sonic damage.
Fantastic.
Get sonicked.
And I just threw my pen.
Fuck.
All right. Your sonic attack, I'm assuming it's sonic damage because it is a friggin' bleat.
Yeah.
Erupts from the mouth of your Zord, and just you watch as there's a wave that just passes over Wolfsbane, and he brings his techno-organic hands to his ears, screams and howls in pain as multiple explosions occur on his body. He's still standing, though.
Yeah, baby! It's worse than dubstep! That's gonna be my turn.
All right, now, Jack, once again, is going to try and aim with his Quantum Defender. So, because he still has to wait 2 freaking turns for his Zord to show up. Wait, nope. That's a D8. You bitch.
Oh.
I am the Quantum Ranger, and I can't shoot for shit.
Not enough
You know
points
what it
into
is?
targeting.
You know what I am, what it is? I'm the GM. I'm letting you guys have all the glory.
I was gonna say it's because you're not rolling against us.
Fair. I am rolling like I do in D&D.
It seems like every time you roll to attack me, like every third roll is a crit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man,
one
what did
night
I
that
do?
It was like every turn.
I know, I was scared.
All right, Rooster Zord.
Yeah. So. Rooster's gonna see how that thing is damaged. Gonna go in a little bit of communications. Ow! Not so loud, please! And then it's gonna also attempt to shoot the thing, as it's been trying for a while, but apparently is not used to the controls yet.
It's not so much controls, it's more defenses.
Well, the aiming controls, at least.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, roll your attack. Sweet Christmas.
You have disrupted me with that loud sound. How
You
dare
should go back to physical dice. This is not working out for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. I probably should.
I think I'm gonna go back to digital.
As long as it's not against me.
Now it's Wolfbane's turn. He's got 2 melee targets he can choose from and 1 ranged. He's ignoring the little gnats that are still on the ground. Alright, you know what? Really?
Waiting for the day we get curb stomped by Wolfsbane. Just saying.
I mean, if he falls, it might be game over.
Alright, Ricky.
Yeah.
Wolfbane turns his eyes on you. And he...
He wrecks me.
Oh, okay. That works. You watch as he opens his mouth wide and stares at you. And you see this glowing orb start to form from deep in his throat.
Bro's about to pull a Piccolo.
Which one? Where he rips off his arm, grows a new one, tells his friend to hold the guy for distraction while going nah 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 nah. Or sorry.
It was either Piccolo or Nappa where they shot a mouth beam.
They both done it.
They've both done it. As long as no one pulls a Chiaotzu, I think we're gonna be fine.
No, don't worry, I got you on that one.
Fucking don't climb on his back and self-destruct. It didn't work.
Okay. Ricky, what are you defending with?
Ricky's putting up a energy wing shield, so it's toughness.
Okay. Does an 18 hit your Zord's toughness?
Damn, just breaks the shield with a 17 toughness.
Okay. You watch as this fireball launches from his mouth and impacts against your wings. You take 1 fire damage. And Ricky, this one's on you. How close were you to the Bear Zord and the Ram Zord?
I've been like taking steps backwards every time I miss, and he's been kind of like fluttering up a little bit.
All right, so basically you've been coming
I'm
in.
throwing pot shots from.
All right,
like,
so you've been
the
coming
corner.
in, doing an attack, and then strafing out.
He's like at the edge of range. He jumps forward, floats, shoots, and then kind of flops his wings back.
Okay, but are you relatively close to either of the others, or did you make sure that you are far enough away?
I am. Yeah, I'm far away. I've been moving back for a bit.
Okay. Then you watch as the fire blast that just hit you sends out smaller blasts of fire that land and fizzle out into the water beneath you. And that is Wolfbane's turn.
Maybe.
The Dragonzord is moving ever so close to the first X on the map, which is Emigrant Storage Unit A. Which basically you guys know as when the Dragonzord comes up out of the water, that first bit of land that he reaches, that industrial warehouse district, that's basically where he's heading. So that's his turn. Donovan. Your Zord has arrived. You see coming from the distance, in the air, silver wings, reflecting sunlight, swooping in, coming low enough for you to, get to, and it's low enough that you would be able to use your full movement to actually run and jump into the Zord.
Wait, my Zord's here now?
Yep. You got
So-
3 on your thing, so turn 3 is when you're coming in.
Yeah, I'm jumping in the Zord.
All right. So, what is your Ranger full movement, and what is your Zord full movement?
Okay. Ranger full movement, 30.
Okay.
Zord full movement is a 40.
Okay. So you can fly about another 10 feet before you've exhausted your movement for this turn.
Then I think I'll just do just that then.
All right. But you can also attack with your ranged attack.
Alright. I'll attack Wolfsbane with my targeting attack.
Okay. Roll that. This doesn't get any upshift unless your Zord has an upshift for it.
Okay.
So no size difference or anything like that.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
But I think
rolled,
yours is like
and I was one die face.
what was that?
Go ahead. I
No,
was about
you
to say I
breaking up.
was one die face from having a double crit. I have a 19 and a 7.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you good?
My Wi-Fi is starting to act up. I just noticed. Can you
Oh.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're choppy, but yeah.
How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. So you got a 26 total?
Yes.
Okay. That definitely hits. What's your damage?
I believe 4 energy.
That's right. Yeah, you're stacked. Okay. As your ranged attack, as the energy shoots forward from your Zord, impacting with Wolfbane,
Yeah.
massive explosions. He's still standing, but he is hurt. Oh, it's the headless dinosaur all over again. All right. Jonas, your turn.
Where's the Dragonzord now?
Dragonzord, if we're looking at the path map, he's about the N in San Kilkee.
Okay.
So next to Playa de la Paz in the financial district.
Got it. This guy's still up and breathing?
Barely.
I'm gonna finish him off then.
All right.
And I'm gonna remember that I get an upshift this time.
Okay. Melee or ranged?
Melee. Still
Okay.
melee range, correct?
Yeah. He hasn't moved.
Three.
What'd you roll?
23.
Okay. And what's your damage?
2 blunt.
Okay. Your paw comes down and slams into Wolfbane, and you see a shower of sparks just erupt from his chest as he's knocked backwards. And then you see some kind of energy, mixture of electricity and magic starts arcing all over his body. And you see little bits of magical energy just popping off of his body and disappearing into the air. And you watch his body shimmer as all of the energy that Rita put in with her spell disappears, and his body rapidly shrinks back down to normal size. And he is currently laying prone, half in the water and half on some of the or half on a outcropping of rock. Before a green energy forms above him into a portal and washes down over him, disappearing and taking him with it. So Wolfbane has been defeated. Now the Dragonzord can become your full focus.